This morning, a group of teenagers are meeting in London as part of a campaign to highlight the dangers of so-called sexting. And Sky's Tom Parmenter is at that debate in central London. Tom.
Yes, that's right. Microsoft are hosting this discussion, an opportunity for teenagers from all over the country to come and discuss the issues around security and privacy online. One of them being that issue of sharing explicit images. We've got a couple of people to talk to that issue through with. Alex Everett, you're an internet advocate, so a representative of Youth Voice, as it were, and also Will Gardner, who is from ChildNet, the chief executive. Alex, you're 17. This is increasingly prevalent, but it has been around for a few years, this idea of sharing explicit images amongst teenagers.
I think the thing is at the moment that we really see it, Facebook and texting, BlackBerry Messenger, whatever you like, as very much a part of everyday life. So now we're not really considering the consequences of actions anymore. So it's so easy just to fire off an image without really thinking of the repercussions of that in the future.
You can fire off images, but there's a difference between just images of friends mucking around or whatever, and something that is quite over the mark, quite explicit, and could lead to all sorts of problems.
Of course, I think perhaps we might hide behind the barriers of our keyboards or our screens. And because that's a little bit more anonymous, we're not going to see the reaction of who we're sending it to straight away. That's almost like a safe thing for us to do straight away.
And Will, from your take of looking at this from your point of view as chief executive of this organisation, explain to us a little bit about what you see in terms of, is there a typical teenager who gets involved in this kind of thing, or is it not that easy to define?
Children love technology. They're using it all the time. Alex was saying you're on all these different services, and they are very engaged. There's a range of different issues. We've got 40 kids inside who are talking about the way they use technology and talking about the issues that really worry them, and they're talking about privacy and security. Sending images is one of the issues. Here we are, it's Safer Internet Day today. This is the day we have the opportunity of reaching out to young people, to parents, with messages about how to stay safe online. We've got these young people trying to think of, well, what are the real issues affecting us online today? And they're trying to design some information, some advice to give out to their peers, with the hope that young people are going to be more receptive to messages coming from other young people. So that's the mission that we've got going on behind us today.
So what is the advice then? Because it is a blizzard really of information and messages and things for parents to try and keep up with as to what their children are doing and what applications they're using. Just when they think they've got their heads around one application, it's something else that children are using because it moves that quickly. How on earth do parents go about trying to keep pace with this?
There is information and advice available for parents, and I think that's really important for them to recognise. It's important for parents to get involved, to open a dialogue with their children about the technology, find out what the children are doing, what they love doing online, to start the conversation and to be a little bit more engaged and to be there to support them if things do go wrong. That's really key.
Okay, gents, we're going to have to leave it there, but many thanks for joining us and sharing those thoughts. So certainly a very fast-moving area in which parents and teenagers are here working together to try and come up with some answers that is practical and workable and relevant to those who are getting involved in sharing all sorts of things online.
Tom Parmenter, many thanks. Now, the trial of two men accused